Hey guys, myself Rakesh, and in this video let's learn how can you add attendees inside an existing event. For example, on my Google Calendar, if I open this event, there are no attendees inside this event. So how can I design a workflow in UiPath Studio to enter attendees inside this calendar? So let's see how this can be done. Okay. Now, as we are doing the UiPath Gmail API automation or Google Calendar API automation, I have already created a video how do you set up this G Suite application scope with the client ID, client secret key, and for that, in case you have not watched it, if you are very first time you are watching this video, then you must go to my channel Automate with Rakesh and search for the video which says API setup. Okay, this is the video API setup, and then API Gmail send email. How do you send email into that? So these are the 1 and 2. These are the 2 videos you must watch. That's where you should continue on to this video, because this configuration is highly required for you to move on to the next step. Okay, please do watch those 2 videos. Now let's focus. First of all, on my calendar there is an event called test, so I should be able to find the event ID for me to add attendees into the calendar event. Okay, so this event I need to add attendees. So for that, what is the exact workflow? Let me show you. So the very first activity that I need is search event. Okay, if you already have an event ID, then nothing like it. If you don't have it, then use a search event. So this is one of the way, and I am going to mention I would like to search for the test. So once it searched for the test, go to the property panel and there is something called output. Here you create a variable and I'm naming it as events. Okay, this is the variable, and this variable is a array type. If you see, this variable data type is a array type. That means there could be chances that with that test word, with that test string, right, if you see they have given test, so with that string there could be multiple different events containing test. So which one would you like to really work on? So generally your meetings would have a specific name. So here I'm simply saying test so that it finds that meeting ID. Let's learn in the simple way. So it will find that test event. So once it finds it, I need the event ID. So why I need the event ID? Because I need to add attendee, and this particular activity asking you for an event ID, which is a required field. So event ID, for that what I will do, I have created a variable called events for the previous activity, and I know this is an array, so I will say 0, the first item in the array, and then I want dot ID. So if I write dot ID, what would happen? This is going to give me the calendar event ID. Okay, so once I have the ID, with that ID I would like to add some attendees into that. Okay, so what is the attendee email address? Let's say btest123.com. so I'm pretty sure there should not be any such email address. I'm just simply, for testing purpose, I'm simply writing some email address. Okay, so once I do this, and if I run this, before I run, let me open this calendar event, and you can see this is completely blank. There is no one inside this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me quickly run this workflow. Now when you run this, it might also prompt you to authenticate. Okay, sometimes if you have not authenticated for the day, then it will ask you. It can happen anytime. So you can see the workflow has completed successfully, execution completed. Let's close this, let's reopen this and see if you see on my calendar b@btest@123.com. okay, some email address has been added into it. So this is how you will be able to add attendees into an existing Google Calendar event through this workflow. Okay, this workflow, you saw how it is working and how it has picked the specific event with the event ID, and from that event, using that event ID, it has entered the email address. All right, so that's about it on this, for this video, for this scope of the video. Now we will learn why I'm teaching this basics one. So once you have a understanding how things are working or what you have to input, how do you fetch certain things, so once you know these basic things, then when it comes to a complex automation, you will be able to apply your logics and build something complicated depending on the requirement. All right guys, so thank you so much, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a like to this content, or any content you are watching on my channel. Please do give it like and do subscribe to the channel. Let's stay connected and stay tuned for next video. Thank you guys. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.